Are you struggling with an EMR slave bootstrap failure after your bootstrap action seems to succeed? You're not alone. This is a common issue that can be frustrating, but today we're going to break it down and find a solution together. I completely understand how concerning it is when your cluster setup doesn't go as planned. You might feel like you've done everything right, only to hit a wall. This is a common scenario for many developers working with AWS EMR. Let's dive into the specific issue at hand. One user recently faced a situation where their bootstrap action succeeded on the master node, but failed on the slave node. They received an error message indicating a non-zero exit code. Sound familiar? If so, let's explore this together. So what could be causing this bootstrap failure? It appears that while your bootstrap action is configured correctly, there might be an additional automatic bootstrap action running on non-master nodes. This can lead to unexpected errors. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to troubleshoot this issue and get your EMR cluster running smoothly again. To begin troubleshooting the bootstrap failure, the user should check the logs for the provision node script. This script is responsible for provisioning the slave nodes and can provide valuable insights into the error. Next, the user should verify the network configuration. Since the cluster is running in a private subnet, it's essential to ensure that the necessary ports are open for communication between the master and slave nodes. The user should also examine the Java class being executed by the provision node script. This class is responsible for the provisioning process, and understanding its requirements can help identify potential issues. Finally, the user can run the provision node script manually to see if it produces any errors. This can help isolate the problem and provide more context for the failure. Fun fact, did you know that the first version of EMR was launched in 2009? Since then, it has evolved significantly, but some issues still persist. Let's make sure you don't get stuck in the past. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user encountered a similar issue and discovered that the failure in node provisioning was linked to a conflict in package versions during the bootstrap actions. Specifically, they were installing a MySQL server in their custom bootstrap action, which conflicted with a different version that the node provisioning tried to install. They emphasized that the messaging can be unclear and documentation is lacking. Therefore, it's crucial to thoroughly examine the logs to identify the root cause of the failure. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. One user found that their bootstrap script was running a yum update, which caused conflicts during the provisioning process. By commenting out the yum update, they were able to bypass the failure and successfully get the cluster to a waiting state. They suspect that one of the updates might have created a problem, but they are unsure which one. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. One user shared their experience with a similar EMR bootstrap failure. They discovered that the error indicated a failure in the bootstrap action, often due to incorrect S3 file access credentials. They noted that even if the bootstrap action fails, the master node can still launch successfully. For debugging, they recommend two key steps. First, run your bootstrap script in a Linux terminal, like on an EC2 instance, to identify any failures. Second, check permissions for all resources being accessed, especially S3 buckets, and ensure your AWS CLI is configured correctly. Here's a pro tip. Always monitor your cluster's logs during startup. This can help you catch issues in real time and address them before they escalate. And there you have it. With these troubleshooting steps, you should be able to resolve the EMR slave bootstrap failure. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on AWS EMR and other tech topics.